Hey guys, thought I would do a rehousing video. Uh, I'll be rehousing my Gramastola poker peas, and may be due for molt fairly soon. I think it's got a little while to go, and I want to give it plenty of room to stretch out. So what I'm doing is putting a cocoa fiber substrate in. Watch all of it go up like that. And oh boy. And I'm going to make a little hide here as well. And just kind of cover it over like that. Give it a little sense of security. Just put a little on the top there, like that. And I think I have a bottle cap. Let me see if I can dig one up here. Oh yeah, here's one. And I'm just gonna, this is a very pretty tiny tarantula, so I think this bottle water cap will suffice. Now the Gramastola genus do not require a lot of humidity, so I'm not really gonna put much in there, but I will spray just a small part of the enclosure, like right over here, just enough to give it a drink right there, and leave the rest of it dry. That's the way they like it. So here we go. Now I'm going to stick the tea in there, but let's see there. So I thought this one will pretty slow growing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and have it in here, and it'll probably stay in here for quite a while, because like I said, they are slow growing. And of course, since the tarantula is used to its home, it doesn't want to leave, which is understandable. But I'm not worried about this one biting. Not that it wouldn't, but it's so tiny, I'm not really worried about it. And it's a New World tarantula, so even if it did bite, it wouldn't be that bad. So of course he's sticking to my leg, with his legs on my fingers here. You have to be careful when you try to pull them off, because their little claws at the very end of their feet have a tendency to stick. So you have to be careful. You don't want to pull a leg off or anything. Not that it wouldn't regenerate with the next molt, but I don't like the thought of hurting my teas. So yeah, I don't know for sure if it would hurt them, but I don't want to risk it. Anyway, isn't it cute? Choco golden knee. Little bitty thing. Too young to see the gold on it. But it will show up, and it'll be a very, very nice looking tarantula. He just doesn't want to get off. Isn't that precious? Look at that. Ah, you gotta love them. They get to be pretty huge too. Alright, come on. And of course, he or she's making a web line. Come on now. You're not making this very easy. No, you're not. Okay, we're going to have to do it this way, I think. if this will even work. He just doesn't want to get off of me now. There. No, you don't. No, you don't. You silly. You silly. You're smart. You are smart. Yeah. Didn't give you enough credit. I'm sorry I insulted you. Yep, webbing all over the place. Come on now. There's you some water. There. See? Okay. That's going. Well, got to play with him for a little bit. That was kind of fun, actually. So, yeah. A lot of my transfers are easier than that one was, but at least I didn't have to deal with a defensive tarantula, because that would not have been fun. Been funny to watch, but well, I hope you enjoy your new home. You have plenty of room to grow in there now. Got you even a dish of water. So there you go, and a little hide, a hut in there for you. So very cool. Alright guys, stay tuned for a feeding video of my larger teas, since my last video featured the smaller teas. This one will feature the medium to large teas. Alright, thanks guys. I just wanted to update you on the teas I got the other day. This is my Phormictopus cancerides, and it had taken a dump in its water dish. So I'm putting a clean one in there. And I'm going to see if this one's ready to eat now that it's had a few days to get accustomed to its new home. Now, I don't have too many things to choose from here. Let's see. I'm going to have to go to the pet store pretty soon to pick up something, but this mealworm might work. So we'll give it a shot. But anyway, it's like I felt something. What was that? Was that dinner? Have you ever been given a mealworm before? Yeah, this one decided to hang out on the second floor. Sweetie, it's right there. Oh, crazy. Beautiful tea. They usually start off this color, kind of a grayish blue color when they are this young, and then as they get older, the females turn brown with a nice copper sheen to the carapace, and then the males have purple highlights on them. But this one is a suspect female. Well, interested, but maybe spooked by the light or something, so we'll just let this one eat in peace, and we'll check on the other ones I got recently. As you can see, the sea shoity, the Malaysian earth tiger, has already made a nice decoration in its home here, and has made a burrow, and the tea is inside there. You can maybe barely see it. So I'm going to slip a pinhead in there, and maybe it'll eat it. But there it is right there. Let's see. Keeps hiding on me. Yes, definitely made a nice home. Let's see. That seems a little spooked right now, but you can see the legs doing awesome. So, it'll get it. Very cool. Alright, we'll move on to the next tea that I got. This one is so tiny. This is the Puerto Rican pygmy. That's the common name. I don't quite have the scientific name memorized yet. But here it is right there. And so what I'm going to do, since this one is incredibly tiny, I'm going to crush one of the pinheads here and give it a meal that way. So let's see. There, I crushed the head of the pinhead here, and we'll offer this one that. Yeah, okay. Well, it's sticking to my tongs. There we go. It didn't quite make it. There we go. So there you go. You can see some movement there. So I'll give that tea something to munch on now. Now that the pinhead is dead, it could safely eat it. But yeah, they're doing great. Alright, just wanted to show you how my 3 new teas are doing. Alright, thanks guys. I decided to go ahead and feed the Aphopappus murinus, the skeleton, and it's in there. I think this one was acting kind of like it was hungry. See if I can draw it out. I don't know if that'll work. They're very fast, and when they get spooked, they retreat very quickly to their burrow, and they are easily spooked. So we may not see this one. It was in clear view earlier, so yeah, not interested. So I'm just gonna leave it in there. Alright, let's check on another tea. Here is my Sommelpois camera dry. Doing great, as you can see. There's her lipstick. So I'm just gonna put a few pinheads in there and see if we might get some attack here. Whoops. Oh, I think you got it. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, I know that was kind of stingy of me. So I'm going to see if I can put another in there for you. There you go. I would give my potpourri some, but I think that one, well, I'll take a look at it. It might be in pre-malt, but I'll double check. Anyway, I should tide this one over for a little while. Look at those beautiful legs. Yeah. They get to be pretty large. What, about 8 inches or so? They're very large teas. Yeah. Did you not get any of those? Huh. Well, I may have to check on you later in case that you're in pre-molt or something. But doing just fine. Could be just spooked by the light. Although this seems anxious to get closer to the light, maybe it's not spooked by the light. say, no, I'd rather you not do that. Okay. But hey, at least you got a good look at this one. Beautiful. So yeah, I'll just check on it later. Alright, let's check on the Vicularia pulperia. Let me get one more view here. Very cool. Alright. The Vicularia pulperia right there decided to take a little stroll on me. That's why it's good to keep a catch cup handy. Because some of these definitely like to run. Let's see. I don't know. This one may not eat on camera, but decided to go ahead and give this one some food as well. So yeah, I'll just like with the camera dry, I'll check on it later. But yeah, doing great. Such beautiful teas. All scrunched up. When its legs are all spread out, they look much larger. I always have to be careful how I take the lid off of this one because you can see the webbing here. And I see it left a little food there I'm going to have to remove. So there we go. Get that out of there. You want to try to take your food boluses out because they have a tendency to draw mites. Thankfully, I've never had a mite problem. Hope it stays that way. My son is playing with his toys. That's why you hear that music in the background. Yep, no action from this one now that the camera's rolling. But yeah, it definitely was very quick. And so it was interesting. I had to try to catch it. Alright, well, that's all I have for now, I believe. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to show you a setup of all of my teas here. Nothing elaborate. I don't have the space or the money to get enclosures that look impressive. But that's those there, and then I have some over here. So yeah, that's where I keep them, and just stack the little ones on top of the big ones like that. And over here, I really love this. Keep my prey items over here and food for them. And there's my Theraphosa sturmey molt that I've saved. And just some things that I keep, substrate, you know, anything that I need for the teas, enclosures, stuff like that. So, yeah, like I said, you know, nothing too impressive looking by any means, but that's what I have. Alright, thanks. Well, today's a sad day. Another one of my teas died. And this was a huge hit too, because, you know, these aren't very cheap. I got it fairly small, so that's why I could afford it. But this is the Megaphobema robustum. It had water, so I don't know what the deal it was. I don't know what happened. The abdomen is still a good size. You know, I don't know what. The carapace is sunken in, but that's because it's, you know, it had been dead. So I don't know. This is so annoying. You know, it's one thing when you lose a tea when you expect it. You know, like my Avic is, he's probably on his last leg because he's a mature male. But this one should have had many years. So I'm really upset about it. I don't know what happened. Just one of those things, I guess. Alright, later. Okay guys, I just examined the tea more that passed away. I think what happened was it had a bad molt. Do you remember when I showed you the molt of my Megaphobema robustum, and it looked like it was missing part of it. And I thought, well, it probably just was discarded somewhere in the enclosure or whatnot. Well, it looks like part of the book lungs. You see that right there? The white there and there? Well, it looks like part of the molt did not come off where the book lungs are when it molted. And it got stuck on there. And so perhaps the tarantula died from not being able to breathe right. So I think that's what happened. So apparently that molt, that part of the molt that was missing is actually right here on the tarantula. You know? So that's most unfortunate. In fact, let me get the molt and let's look at it again. I don't know, guys. Maybe you can let me know what you think. But here's the molt. And as you can see, the part at the bottom here, where the abdomen is, was torn off. You can see a part of the book lung right there, that white. Well, then when you look over here at the dead tarantula, you see there's it looks like part of the molt is stuck on there, like specifically where the book lungs are. So you could see they're kind of sticking out there. So I'm wondering if that's what indeed happened, if it just got some of its molt stuck on it in a vulnerable place. That's my guess. Just one of those freak things that happens, I guess. Very, very frustrating. You know, and it's not like I could see it, you know, because this one doesn't crawl on the sides of the enclosure like some of my other teas do. This one stays burrowed the whole time. You know, and it was easy for me to assume that, you know, that was just destroyed, like some molts tend to be sometimes. Sometimes the tea destroys the molt. So, let me know what you think. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's too late now, but oh, this is so annoying. Very sad. Alright, guys. Hopefully better news next time. Well, folks, we're loaded with bad news today. Now, this one, on the other hand, unlike the M. robustum, my avicularia was predicted to die soon. He was a mature male, and he was really slowing down. And he wasn't eating, and so I knew his time was coming, and alas, it has. So, it was nice knowing you, buddy. He was a good tea. He really was. But his time had come. He was mature. You can see that he had, well, I'm trying to do this one-handed here. But, yeah, he was a mature male. Poor guy. Yep. Bulbous pedipalps. So sad to see him go, even though you expect it. It's still really sad. He was such a good tea. I really enjoyed owning him. But yeah, you can see his bulbous pedipalps here. But yeah, he just died from old age. So, not a surprise with this one. You'll see him alive in the last video I made of him. And you could tell he was slowing down greatly. I knew it was coming. Well, that really hurts, though, to have two teas die on you close to the same time. But that's the way it goes sometimes. The more teas you have, well, obviously the more deaths you're going to have. So, hopefully we'll get a molt soon. I'm still expecting the Nadu carapenensis to molt soon, as well as the bigger Brachypalma abopilosum, maybe even the smaller Brachypalma abopilosum. Lasiodora parhabana and the larger B. smithi are not too far behind. So hopefully we'll get some molts out of them pretty soon and have some good news for once. Alright guys, later.